So once you finish the tutorial dungeon, you're automatically going to be relocated into the Silver Crown area. And what I'm doing right now is I'm opening my inventory because I have a growing unique weapon box. You will receive this if you are a new or becoming DFO player. So I can choose between a selection of growing weapons, and I'm going to choose the Zanbato weapon because I have a female Thayer character. What a growing weapon does is as you level up, the stats of the sword will also change so that it suits your level. Now that I don't need my sword that I've been using, I'm going to disassemble it using the disassembler. So just put that in there. And you'll see that I've acquired clear cube fragments and the soul. So if you go into your material section, and on the right you can see the souls and your cubes cargo. This will display all the souls and cubes that you have, and these materials are crucial for completing quests later on, or if you're crafting items or using skills. By pressing K, you can look at the skill window where you can see all the skills that you can currently learn. And as you can see, I have 100 skill points, and with these skill points I'm going to put them in the new skills so that I have more than the basic skills. So you can choose to put maximum skills on one or to just remove all the skills. You can see that if you have empty hotkey portions, the new skills that you learn will basically be put into those hotkey slots. You can feel free to move them around to suit the hotkey of your choice. Okay, now I'm gonna press F2, which will bring up my quest book, and you can see all the quests that are in progress. And this is the epic quest, and it will give me those items below. If I look at all, I can see that there's another quest that I can do, which is assistant quest. And the new power quest basically gives you items for putting in skills. So I'm just gonna go back to my skill window and do that again so I can complete that assistant quest. So I'm reapplying my skill settings. And now you can see with the yellow exclamation mark on the HUD icon that I've completed the quest. And now that I've completed it, I've gotten items and more experience points. This is the daily challenge window, and basically if you do certain challenges daily, then you can get additional rewards, such as clear all rooms 1 time, clear 3 epic quests, and the daily challenges will change as you level up, but make sure you receive these bonuses after playing because they will give you some more items that you can use. You can see I've gotten a stone. Alright, and now I'm just going to follow the epic quest. We're going to automatically enter the scenario dungeon. Those glowing circles on the floor will give you various buffs, so make sure to step on them if you want more buffs. It will definitely help your speed and your attack strength depending on what kind of buff you receive. So basically I'm just clearing each dungeon using the new skills that I've learned and the basic X and Z attack keys. This is the boss room, and because I have a growing weapon equipped, it makes clearing the dungeons a lot faster and easier. At the end of each boss room, you will be asked to select a card. You don't have to, and if you don't, it will automatically choose it for you, but it just gives you more items. I'm gonna pick up all the items and go back to town. Or before I do that, I'm going to equip my newly acquired items that I received for completing the quest, since I don't have any equipment on. If you press these options, you can like rearrange your items to rearrange by item level or item type. And again, I'm gonna use the disassembler to disassemble any of the items that I'm not using anymore, because in the beginning phase you don't have a lot of space or you don't have a lot of carry weight, and if you pick up things along the way you won't be able to loot all of them. And I've completed all my daily quests for today, so I'll just receive the items. And my gift here contains an experience potion and a life token. Life tokens help you resurrect if you've died in a dungeon. And here you can see the experience growth potion, which will give me extra experience points if I use it within a dungeon. So I'm just going to follow the dots below, and it will lead me to the location of my next quest.
연금술에 관한 대화라면 언제든 가능입니다.
So once again, I'll just follow the blue arrows. If you don't know where you're going, it's the best to follow the blue arrows. So once again, I'll just follow the blue arrows. If you don't know where you're going, it's the best to follow the blue arrows. Dungeons and epic quests will give you the most basic understanding of the world in DFO, so it will be a good idea to follow this in your first round, and also it gives you the most experience points once you finish a dungeon. So just follow the epic quests when you are in doubt. I'm using my basic skills, and you can see that the growing Zambato weapon really helps in clearing the dungeons. It is much better than the original weapons that they give you in dungeon plays. And we've entered the boss dungeon again, and you get all bosses have different skills that they use and different patterns that they use. If you are powerful enough, you'll be able to defeat them before they use any powerful skills. And those event cards on the bottom, you can choose to buy them if you want, but usually I don't buy them because they don't really give you any items that are that useful, and I just prefer to save up the gold for something else. So with any new items that I've received that are better than my current items, I'm just going to equip them, and by pressing space I'll be starting the next quest. So it will automatically relocate you to your next dungeon, and at every loading screen you can see that there's a mini-map of the current dungeon you're about to enter. Later on in the game, when the dungeons get longer and the routes are more complicated, it might be a good idea to take a look at these maps, because each dungeon room requires 1 fatigue point to enter, and sometimes you might not want to waste fatigue points on a route that you don't want to take. So you can see that we're already almost near the boss room since we have that red portal. I'm going to pick up all my items and proceed to the boss room. And we have the same Ice Fairy King. Also, in each dungeon room, you'll have a boss and different monsters along with the boss. What I choose to do is just go for the boss monster before I defeat any other monsters, because once you kill the boss monster, the other monsters will automatically die. So you really only have to go for the boss. Again, I'm just going to equip the new items that I've received. And I'm going to go back into town. See, this is what happens if you're not quick enough about pressing that going back to town button. You'll just automatically be relocated into the next dungeon. Usually if you've been pressing space, because space relocates you back to the next dungeon. So if you press space and you press go back to town, it won't work some of the times. But it's no big deal, so I'm just going to clear this dungeon first since I've already used the fatigue point by entering in the first place. So you'll see as the dungeon progresses, you're going to see more different types of monsters. And each monster uses different skills. In the beginning of the game, make sure you pick all the items that you can because they will come in handy. And once you first start off, you don't have a lot of items, you don't have a lot of gold. But once you want to trade or once you want to craft items, having the most amount of materials and gold will help you out. So I'm going straight for the boss monster because you don't have to necessarily kill the other monsters. Once you kill the boss monster first, the automatically will disappear. So let's go for her first, but I guess we killed the other guys in the process. And that's the end of the dungeon. I've leveled up and I'm going to pick up all my items. At the end of the dungeon, you'll be asked to select a card. You don't have to. If you don't, it will automatically select one for you. And that's the end of the quest.